Welcome to Movie Lover News. I'm your host Tyrone Rubin, doing the show with Alex, and we bringing you the #1 movie news show, Movie Lover News. Me, the movie lover, Alex, the movie lover, and you watching at home or on your iPhone or Android phone, the movie lover. The film I'm going to be talking about is a massive 2012 release in 3D called Jack the Giant Killer. It's just got some cast attached to this film. It's got a great director, Bryan on board directing this film, and it really looks interesting. Nicholas Hoult will play the farmer Jack, who leads the charge to a kingdom of giants in order to rescue a distressed princess. Jack the Giant Killer has had a couple of other castings added to it. Aside from Jack being played by Nicholas Hoult, it has Stanley Tucci and Bill Nighy recently added to this cast. Stanley Tucci is playing Roderick, the story's central villain and an advisor to the king, who has plans to take over Cloister, the kingdom at the center of the fairy tale adaptation. Bill Nighy will play Fallon, the two-headed leader of the giants. The other half of the same character will be played by John Kassir, a voice actor known for his talents in video games. So that's Stanley Tucci, Bill Nighy, John Kassir, and lead of this film, Nicholas Hoult, playing Jack in Jack the Giant Killer by director Bryan. It's said to be an adult look at the Jack and the Beanstalk legend. When a princess is kidnapped, a long-standing peace between man and giants becomes threatened, and a young farmer is given an opportunity to lead a dangerous expedition to the giant kingdom to rescue her. In 1961, there was a feature-length film based on the tale, and it starred Kerwin Matthews. The film made extensive use of stop-motion animation, so I'm going to check that out before I watch this film. And there was a lot of literature, other television series, other films adapted based on Jack the Giant Killer. It was originally published in the English fairy tales, and the tale is set during the reign of King Arthur and tells of a young Cornish farmer's son named Jack, who is not only strong but so clever he easily confounds the learned with his penetrating wit. Jack encounters a cattle-devouring giant called Cormoran and lures him to his death in a pit trap. Jack is dubbed Jack the Giant Killer for his feat and receives not only the giant's wealth but a sword and belt to commemorate the event. Obviously a lot else happens in this which I'm not going to go into. I'm not going to bore you about it, but I'm going to say that I'm excited about Nicholas Hoult playing the lead in this film, playing Jack. He's a 21-year-old actor. He can be seen in X-Men, which is being produced by Bryan, who's directing this film, Jack the Giant Killer, and Matthew Vaughn's directing X-Men, and it's got an amazing trailer, X-Men First Class, where Nicholas Hoult will play Hank McCoy, Beast. He was also in A Single Man. He played Kenny, which is a great film. He was a youngster in The Weatherman, where he played Mike. The Weatherman was directed by Paul Verbinski. I'm not sure if many people saw the film with Nicolas Cage. And I first saw Nicholas Hoult as Marcus in About a Boy. He's also said to be in the next Mad Max film, Mad Max Fury Road, which has Teresa Palmer, Zoë Kravitz, and Charlize Theron. And Nicholas Hoult is Tony Stonham in the television series Skins. Stanley Tucci, who's playing the lead villain Roderick in this film, was in 2009's film The Lovely Bones. He played Dill, the father of Emma Stone, in Easy A. He was in Burlesque. He played Sean, and he's in the massive comic adaptation Captain America, the First Avenger, and he plays Abraham Erskine in the Captain America film due out on the 22nd of July. Stanley Tucci is also in a film called Margin Call. Bill Nighy can be seen in part 2 of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, as well as a film called The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel by director John Madden, and in a film called Page 8, which is Ralph Fiennes, Rachel Weisz, and Felicity Jones. And Bill Nighy's voice can be heard in Rango, which is due out on the 4th of March, which looks really great. It's an animated film being directed by Paul Verbinski, and Johnny Depp is the lead voice of Rango. Bryan is using the red camera which is a digital camera for Jack the Giant Killer, and he says that he's very much looking forward to using the epic red camera for his next film, Jack the Giant Killer, which will be shot in 3D, and the camera's incredible compact size and extraordinary resolution are ideal for the 3D format. But more importantly, Jack the Giant Killer is Bryan Singer's first movie set in a time before electricity, and he says that the epic red camera has extraordinary exposure latitude and will allow him to effectively explore the use of natural light. And he referenced a Stanley Kubrick film, Barry Lyndon, which only used natural light. So it's going to be great to see him use this new camera in this film. And the writer of Jack the Giant Killer, Christopher McQuarrie, wrote last year's film, The Tourist, and a lot of other films that Bryan Singer directed. Christopher McQuarrie wrote Valkyrie, Apt Pupil, The Usual Suspects, and Bryan Singer's first film, Public Access. Filming starting on the 14th of March for Jack the Giant Killer, and it's going to be really exciting to see this film. This film's a 9 out of 10 on my personal excitement meter for many reasons. It's got a great cast, great director, Bryan Singer, attached to this film, who's getting a lot of experience with new technology, obviously in X-Men First Class. So I'm really excited about this film. Nicholas Hoult playing Jack, Stanley Tucci, Bill Nighy as the villains. So again, this film's a 9 out of 10 on my personal excitement meter, and I'm really excited about it. Jack the Giant Killer in 3D. Thanks for watching Movie Lover News. I'm your host, Tyrone Rubin, doing the show with Alex. Thank you.